Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Rodeo Time Podcast. Got a very special guest, the one and only Cody DeMoss, and he is the new rodeo coach at Northwestern State Rodeo. What's the town?
Natchitoches, Louisiana.
And they hadn't had a team in 20, 30 years, and now they do, and they've recruited none other than Cody DeMoss to be their coach. We're going to hear that story. It's amazing. Also, we'll talk about rodeo and talk about a few stories down the road. We'll talk about the markout rule, talk about rosin. We're going to talk about all of it. Check out rodeotime.com. We got buy one, get one going on right now. The greatest apparel line on earth. And if you're listening to this after the BOGO, we also have a little cart reward feature. You spend $50, you can pick a free cap. So go to rodeotime.com as you're listening to this great conversation. Pow, pow. We've got the man, the myth, the legend in the house today, the one and only Dale Brisby. And then we've also got Cody DeMoss. Hey, I've got a gift for you. This is a Texas Silver Round. It's an ounce of silver. Some of our friends at Texas Precious Metals.
Sure.
They're making a coin for Dale Brisby, for Cody Webster, for the UFC, also for the PRCA. So, yeah, texmetals.com. That's where I get my gold and silver. But no, it's been I've been super excited about this conversation for a while. You and I.
You can lie to your friends and I'll lie to mine, but we don't lie to each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 14 NFRs. We're going to talk about all of it. But right now, before we get into that story, you've got a very purple shirt on that says NSU. What's your new gig?
Yeah, man. So it's kind of been a heck of a deal to come to this. Ever since I was in college in Mount Pleasant, Chad Henry was the coach over at Kincaid's dad.
Yeah.
And man, he was just an awesome fella.
Yeah.
And I loved how he handled everybody. And so when I left there, like the only job that I ever seen myself doing beside riding broncs was being a rodeo coach. And so this deal popped up. We got plenty of time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to hear all of it?
Yeah, take your time.
It's a pretty neat story.
Yeah, no, I'd love to hear it.
All right, so when I got done riding broncs, we moved about 18 miles south of Heflin.
Mm-hmm.
Got a cool place down there in the bottoms, and it's a dead-end gravel road surrounded by timber companies, and so we bought it.
Where's Heflin?
Heflin is south of Minden, closer. So Heflin's south of Minden, Louisiana. It's about an hour southeast Shreveport. And so I remodeled that house. Me and Wyatt and Margie, my wife, and Darby, my daughter, we all pitched in like we did it all ourselves. Just remodeled that house and moved down there. And I kind of rode broncs a little bit. It's like some amateurs, and I took Darby to some of those amateurs. She's breakaway roping. And I knew that I didn't just crave the broncs anymore.
What year is this?
This is going to be 22.
Okay.
Yeah. And I still loved it, and I wanted to feel that feeling, but it wasn't something that I thought about every day no more. Like real life happened, basically. Yeah. So we did that, and I was wondering what the crap am I going to do, now. So 23, I got on my last bronc. And it's amazing how God, he works, right? He's faithful, and he's got a sense of humor too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting down to the end of it, dang it. So I entered the hometown rodeo, Winsboro, Louisiana. And I said, Lord, I just want to feel it a couple more times. That jump up there in the top of the neck, and just wait for him to hit the ground. I just want to feel it a couple more times. And I was a bit nerved up. This is my hometown rodeo. You're always more nervous at your hometown than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
So it was kind of double nerved up that day.
Right.
And this big old Pete Cards come out there, and he kind of stumbled, and then caught himself and crack.
Yeah.
Crack. And then for 2 jumps, whop, who's your daddy? And then that was it. And then he kind of moved ahead, kind of paddled my ass a little bit after that. But it's funny, like he answered my prayer.
Yeah.
I just wanted to feel it a couple more times. So he took it literal.
2 more jumps.
Yeah. Got 2 more right there.
How many was you?
82 or something like that. Ryder Sanford, that was the first year he'd made the finals, and he won the rodeo, and I won second, iconically.
Nice.
But I'll take it, and I'm good with it,
Yeah.
So after that, like, I was beating around the bush, like, what the heck am I going to do? I ain't no 8-to-5 guy, really. Yeah. And so a guy named Mike Merchant in Mississippi used to ride broncs. He rodeoed about the same time as Hawkeye. Them guys, Mike's cool cat, man. So he said, what about trapping? I'm like, you can make money trapping? He said, oh, yeah, you can make money trapping.
Like trapping like varmints and stuff?
Coyotes and, just varmints, And because a lot of those deer hunters and turkey hunters, like, you got to get rid of some predators if you want to build your herds up.
Yeah, you bet.
So I went with him in Mississippi for 5 days, and he said, dude, you're a natural. Go for it.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, like fit right up my alley. So, and it was all God's plan. Like it's incredible that he is taking care of me as long as he has.
Well, he needs somebody to get rid of all these varmints. And so he just thought Cody DeMoss is the man.
Well, he put me over there for a little while.
Yeah, you bet.
So I trapped full time for about 3 years. And
I did not know that.
Yeah. So like I got off the grid. Totally off the grid.
See, your brother went the more traditional route whenever he got done riding broncs and sold insurance. And you went a different, a little more unique path and started trapping coyotes. Yeah.
Well, Heath has done really well.
Yeah.
Really well. He's the only Farm Bureau agent that has 3 crystal eagles. Oh. And you only get that if you're in the top 10 in your first 3 years of selling insurance. And that's out of everybody. Like, that's out of the old pros and everybody.
Oh, wow. I did not know this.
So if you're in the top 3 in the nation, then you get, not top 3, your first 3 years, and you're in the top 10 in the nation, you get a crystal eagle.
Okay.
And Heath is the only one that has won a crystal eagle his first 3 years.
So for all you other bronc riders that are about to retire and sell insurance, Heath is the standard. That's what you're telling me.
Man, it's kind of between him and Bradley Harder.
Yeah.
Well,
we had Jacobs doing that for a little bit, but...
Yeah, bronc fever kind of caught back in.
Yeah, he got that itch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good for him. But yeah, he's done really well with that. But yeah, I had to kind of get away. And
I get it. Yeah.
And it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
For the first couple of years.
And you were making real money?
Yeah.
Maybe not NFR money, but good trapping money.
But yeah, decent wage. Yeah. And I only did it in the wintertime. So I had all summer to go rope with the kids and
you bet
play around the house and stuff. And man, it was great. I went to Mexico, old Mexico, and there was a guy down there had a big high fence place, 70,000 acres. It was pretty neat. Caught 2 mountain lions down there.
Wow.
Oh, that was it. So the mountain lion was the only thing that got my motor running.
Oh, I imagine.
Like a bronc. Right. So I caught her in a pretty good sized trap and I had her on a 10-foot chain and a grapple drag deal. Mm-hmm. And she ran off up in them bushes. And at first I thought, man, this is a hog or something like that. I had seen the tracks a couple of days before and I knew there was a possibility. And I'm kind of, it's like tracking something across a gravel parking lot. So you can't really see. You can just kind of see a rock turned over here, there, yonder, go off through there. And I get over there and I look in the bushes. I see something moving around. And I thought, man, that's kind of an awful light-colored pig. And then I seen that tail and that ain't a pig.
That ain't a pig.
Oh. And I get up there and she's, wow, growling deep and just,
Yeah.
and I'm easing around. I'm trying to get a video of it. And she's just, wow, and just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I got my motor running. And I got to looking and she was hung by a little old bitty bush that big. And I had her in her middle toe.
Ooh.
Just one toe.
Yeah.
And I thought, whew, this is close enough right here.
Right, yeah.
And I always said, if I ever get killed by a mountain lion, my last words were, here, kitty, kitty. But at that point, I was like, this is close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was a fun highlight of the trapping deal. 1,000 coyotes in 3 years, something like that.
Wow.
Pretty easy. Like it was, and then it got to be to where it was sort of boring.
I imagine.
And, like it was an awesome job. And if I went to a new place, it was cool because I had to scout and find out where the animals were coming. But the old places, like I'd catch myself not wanting to put a trap in a maybe place. And I would trap the crap out of every other place that I've ever caught anything. But, that one that sat there last year for 10 days never caught nothing. I'm like, man, ain't no need to set nothing right here. So, and it got to be like them coyotes. So when I first started off, I'd have a catch pole, put it around their neck, and then put them in like a pet taxi on the back of the four-wheeler. And I would sell them alive to them fox pens. So, like they chase them in them fox pens like they do in England, where they say tally-ho when spotting the fox.
Yeah.
Except down south, they say, there that motherfucker is. so anyway, so I'd be catching them coyotes, keeping them alive, and then, moving them to them fox pens and stuff. And there towards the end, it got to be just like,
dang, I caught.
No, I was happy I caught, but, because that's my job. I got to do my job. But I would just take my trapping hammer and walk over and put it around him and then just reach down and grab him, take him out of the trap and just chunk him in there. Didn't even
Did you ever
use
get
the catch
bit?
pole. No.
See, I guess the reason why I said "dang, I caught" was I got in a trapping phase here in town, this little bitty town of Winnebago. Like I got the interns kind of all over, and I in little houses and cabins, and we got overrun last year with skunks in 2025, and so I started trapping at all their little houses and then my house and here around the warehouse. And I caught or killed or shot or found 74 skunks.
God darn.
And that, also dozens and dozens of raccoons, possums,
House
everything.
cats.
Yeah.
We
Usually
ain't saying nothing about them, though.
yeah, we just turned them loose. But it was funny, like we took him out in the pasture like miles down this dirt road, turned a cat loose. 5 hours later, he's back on the porch.
Yep.
Yeah, like them cat, everything. And so, but the skunks, we didn't risk that because they got a lot of them here are rabid, and so we killed all them.
Sure.
But this county's got rabies bad with skunks. But anyhow, the point is, I'd check about 19 traps of a morning around town, and most of them on my property. But it got to where sometimes, like, I go around a corner, a trap would be caught, and I'd be like, dang, I got to deal with another. But I wasn't selling them. I was just trying to help, get them out of the country, And so, but catching a skunk, you're excited you caught something, but I was depressed because they stink. But a coyote, I could see how. Anyway, that's where that comment of mine come from, because sometimes I'd be a little disappointed that I was successful, But
And them skunks they're funny. Like you can, like I'd just walk up there. Some people like euthanize them and got a shot and like a shot pole and stuff like that. I got a 22.
Oh, he's same.
And and you ease up there to them, and boy, they raise that tail. But you can talk to them. And if you talk sweet to them,
I never tried that.
they'll drop that tail down.
I never tried that.
And they're, I always wanted to catch a couple babies
Yeah.
and have them at the house, like DeMoss them, whatever. But so you can go walk up there, hey, it's all right, it's okay,
Yeah.
and then
I'm not
they'll
gonna hurt
close
you.
that tail.
Yeah.
I said, I promise it won't hurt real long.
Yeah.
And then they'll put the tail down.
Yeah.
And I ease up there a little bit more and take about 2 steps. Well, they'll raise that tail up again. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then I'd get up there close enough where I could hit them with the pistol. And, I wasn't never really that good of a shot with a pistol. My wife can shoot the pistol. She can hit a snake from here to the door in the head.
Yeah.
One shot.
Yeah.
Me, I might have to reload.
Yeah.
But...
Well, I would catch them in live traps and approach. You set it up where you can approach from the door with a garbage bag, big black garbage bag, like a 55-gallon one.
Yeah.
And if you do that from the door and just go smooth and fast, by the time they do spray, usually the garbage bag was on it. Mm-hmm. But that's how we would do it.
Yeah. You
would still stink, but if you change clothes and take a shower, you can't smell it no more.
Well,
but if it got on you, it got on my arm a few times, but still, like a couple showers, like I never had to do the tomato sauce. It's not that bad.
So a trapper might smell a little bit whiffy.
Yeah. You kind of just get used to it.
Yeah, and it's one of them deals like our bait and all that stuff that we use. Like it's pretty rank, and
we just use. Oh, y'all were using it on coyotes. We just use cat food for skunks.
Right, that works.
Because all these houses around here, they're all used to cat food. Because that's why they're in town. Because they're anyway.
Yeah. Well, they like you get to where you could just, you just smelled like whatever,
Right.
Like, but that bait, the first time Mike Merchant took me, he opened up the lid on top of that and he said, "Smell that." And I took it another way. He said, "It's bad, ain't it?"
Yeah.
I said, "Man, I really can't tell if it makes me hungry or turns me on." And he said, "That's when I knew you was going to be a trapper, son."
Yeah. That's when I knew you had what it took.
Yeah.
I forgot I got a Cody DeMoss hat I need to wear.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did you start the short brims?
Oh, man, that was...
Wasn't it around the time of the American?
Yes.
A little bit before?
Yeah, 17, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my mom married a fella in Crowville, where we grew up at. My dad passed away, so a couple years later or something like that, Mama married Jimmy Griffin. Awesome human. Love him to death.
Yeah.
He's about like turning a bull in a china closet, not near anywhere.
Yeah.
But I do anything for you, like great human.
Yeah.
So, but he's a numbers guy. And he's not necessarily bragging if it's the truth, right?
Right.
But when he married Mama, he had killed 438 deer with a bow. Ain't picked up a rifle in 20 years, something like that.
Okay.
So, I was like, man, I can do that. I used to hunt quite a bit, I ain't mad at him no more, but I had an old bow and stuff. But that compound bow was, man, it was just too technical. You had to have gadgets, right?
Right.
Rangefinder, like that. It freaking pissed me off.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, he's got his compound, and like he can hit one at 100 yards with like it ain't nothing. And I'm like, I said, well, there's one fella in the camp that his name was Hank Kaiser, and he had a recurve, and he would pick at Jimmy all the time about taking that rifle out there and shooting him with that compound, because he had sights and everything like that. It's like shooting a dang rifle. You're sighted in,
Yeah.
You want to do a real bow hunting, well, have one of these. And I'm like, I think I'm going to do that. And so I had to kind of one of them deals like, got to man up a little bit, when you're getting into that, like just kind of prove that I can do that too, man. Like, you ain't got nothing up on me. So I one-upped him with the recurve. And so I started hunting with that. Well, it pissed me off, them ball caps. Like, I ain't wore a ball cap since I traveled with Ty Ashton. Like, that was the last time I wore a
he's kind of a
damn
ball cap wearing guy, isn't he?
Ty?
Ty.
Ty.
He's kind of a farmer.
Oh, man. He goes in circles, but not necessarily on the tractor.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm going to see him
Cowboy
probably
and
next
his son
week.
Buck, I know.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to see
I
him
love
next
him.
week.
Love
Yeah.
him to death.
He's okay. Yeah.
He's definitely a different fella.
Yeah.
And, but I love him like a brother.
Some people say that about me. But anyway.
Did you got a list going?
Yeah, we all get accused of that. Some of us. Yeah.
But anyway, so it pissed me off that I had the ball cap on, and you had to turn the ball cap around backwards. So whenever you drawed your bow back, you know, your anchor points right here, or if you had a release or something like that, well, that string would hit that ball cap. So you had to turn it around backwards. And then it was extra movement, right? So like when the deer come in, or before you come in, you had that cap, like the sun's coming up or something like that, and you're sitting there holding it. And then when you seen the deer, well, then you had to turn your ball cap around, and then to get, well, shoot, man, like I messed up quite a few shots, just extra movement. And dang, the sun's right there. Holy crap, where'd he come from? And so I took my leather cutter and I just started cutting one around and got it down to where when I anchored right here, it'd anchor right here, and then it would just barely touch that brim of that hat.
A cap or a cowboy hat?
Cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Felt hat.
Yeah.
And
it was that brown felt, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. J.W. Brooks, he made all my hats. He's like, dang, Cody, you're cutting them all of them down. I was like, man, I'm wearing them. You know,
yeah, I'm still wearing it.
Freaking wearing them. And I had a Toyota pickup truck too that I went and checked my cows with. Well, you know, if you got that big hat, and I wore the big hat for a while, but as soon as you get in that Toyota, you ducked in, and you couldn't wear it in there, and you had to put it in the back seat. And the first thing you did, you throwed something back there, and it messed up your freaking hat.
Yeah.
So I'd go hunting and stuff, and I have that little one. Shit, this is nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to take my hat off when I get in the truck. So, I mean, that just made sense, right? So when I went to the American with that short one, like old Glenn Grimion traveled with me. And he's an ex-game warden from Louisiana and just a great human. And anyway, he traveled with me for probably 4 years, maybe 5 years. I was a tick of an asshole, so nobody else would travel with me, right?
Yeah.
But
I've not heard that about you.
You heard? Oh,
I haven't heard that about you.
Well, great. But anyway, he said, Cody, don't wear that hat. Don't wear that hat. I'm like, man, I like this hat. I like it. Like, I love it.
Right.
Don't wear the hat, Cody. They're gonna make fun of you. I'm like, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
And I get in there and going in that American. And I had a couple of really good interviews that never made it.
Yeah.
Some lady asked me, said, well, what you got that little short hat on for? I said, well, it's aerodynamics. See, so like if he's going down the arena right there, I ain't got to worry about the drag on my chin. I can keep my chin down a little bit more, you know?
Yeah.
I bullshit quite a bit of those. But
didn't you also have an ice cold quote that was live? I remember. She said something up there like you won, and she was like, "Can you think of anything that'd be better than this moment?"
See, like words matter, and if you rewind it and listen to it real slow, it said I would trade it for this.
For a gold buckle.
No, I would trade a gold buckle for this.
Oh.
That's how it went. Out.
You did?
That's what I said. The only person that heard me the way I said it was, the guy that owned RFD TV. He was standing right beside me.
Oh, you said it the opposite.
The opposite way. There was I can count on one hand how many people that actually heard exactly what I said.
Gotcha.
So at
Well, it's
that
good
point,
to set the record straight.
At that point in my career, 5 of them that I was second for or whatever.
Yeah.
And a couple thirds that could have went the other way too.
Yeah.
But at that point, it was like, man, screw it. You know, I need the money. You know, I need to get my shit rolling. You know, at the house. You know.
Yeah.
And
all this time I was like, man, that's ice cold.
Well, it's even colder the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so that one, this is my gold buckle.
Yeah.
And I like it. It fits really good and I like it.
Yeah. And it paid really well.
Yeah. It was really good. That was the year that Sage Kimsey and Haley Kinsel won it. And that was Haley's kind of breakout moment. I thought that was pretty cool.
Dang.
Yeah. So.
But was that also the first year you had the short brim?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I just remember seeing you on stage with the short brim. And I appreciated it. Because I have, I've been a short brim guy. It's 3 3/4, not necessarily. What is that, 3?
I think it's 3.5.
Is it 3.5?
Oh.
It's crazy just that how much smaller the brim looks with just a 1/4 inch off of it.
You sent it to me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. That'd be from our friends at American Hat. Thank you, Keith Mundy.
Big tall Keith.
Yeah.
You ever watch Keith tear a phone book in half?
Can he really?
That son of a bitch can freaking rip a phone book in half. It's that thick.
That does not surprise me.
Stout.
Yeah, I do know that I've never wanted to tie up with the man.
No.
I didn't realize he could rip a phone book in half.
Dude, I have the utmost respect for that fella. Dude, I did some things one time at the NFR, and looking back on it, like it didn't make no dang sense to me, but the other apparel company kind of wanted to hang me out to dry.
Yeah. And
I didn't think nothing of it. I went over there to get my dad and some other people some clothes, right? And Dad said, they're giving that away over there. Go get me some of them right there. Well, okay, fine. Like all the contestants get them, for free. And I went in there and I was like, yeah. And I was getting Dad. Me and Dad was about the same size, and I was getting all of it. And anyway, so they tried to hook me pretty bad, and
because they knew you were giving it to your dad.
They didn't know what I was doing it with, but they made it. They come back to Cinch and saying, "Hey, your guy's over here. He's a traitor, yada yada yada." Like they were being.
Oh, because you're with Cinch, they were like, "Why are you in here getting this free stuff?"
So Big Tall Keith, he was the CEO of Cinch right
at
there
that
for a
time.
while. Yeah,
Gotcha.
And I didn't think nothing about it.
Yeah,
and then it got around that Ascension Dorsey was over there doing all this. And I mean, like it was, and I'd heard through the grapevine, like, well, they're probably going to fire him, from Cinch because he's not. I'm like, wait a minute now.
Fire you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just freaking end me for walking into that other place.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. And so I just called Keith and I said, hey, man, me and you need to have front to front. And he met with me, and I said, look, man, this is what happened. This is why I was there. I don't wear that. I'm Cinch through and through. And this is what happened.
Yeah.
He said, dude, I respect it. You ain't got no problems with us.
Yeah.
And, ever since that day, like, Big Tall Keith is, he's solid.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen with Rock and Roll Denim. I've been with them for 10 years, but I did have at one point a denim jacket that my dad had been wearing when he died. Well, it was the Thanksgiving Rodeo School denim jackets that they had given out because he died like a year or two after that, and he had worn it, and so I wore that a few times, and Rock and Roll Denim, the same thing. Somebody was like, man, you're going to get in trouble for that. And I just called Jameson, the owner, and he was like, no, I don't care. I understand. And anyways, eventually I hung the jacket up in the closet and stopped wearing it anyway. But I mean, it's not like you're out here trying to Yeah,
I wasn't promoting nothing else.
Right. Yeah. Same. Yeah.
So, but yeah, BTK, he's a cool somebody, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, where we ended off on a rabbit trail there.
I know we did. We went all over. We talked about the short brim hat. We talked about your moment at the American, but really we were.
Let me back up on that right there. So, I was always the kind of guy, you told me I couldn't. Well, then that just I'm fixing to show you I can. So basically, if you're betting against me, then whichever way you're betting on me, I'm going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
And it sucked because there were so many people like, man, I'm pulling for you. I'm like, then I'd go the other way.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'd freaking fall off, you know?
Yeah.
And it was, but I needed somebody to tell me, you can't do it. And then I'd get mad.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, ain't no dang way you're going to buck me off.
Right.
Right? So all through that American, that short brim actually fueled me because everybody making fun of me. Like, making fun of me.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, whatever. But I'd just be like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so like that was my fuel for a little while right there. So, so back on that right there, like that, you know, you tell me that I can't, I'll show you I will. If you tell me that I can, I'll show you I won't. It's like, shit. It's a freaking kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
with me.
dadgummit. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Just, it's wild, you know, that the NFR and the NFR in particular, you know, you see so many guys going into it, winning the world, but it's such a game of inches once you get there, you know, and you winning second that many times, like it could, you know, just one or two things change earlier in the week or later in the week or in the last moment. It's such a game of inches.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So back to the trapping deal.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That gave me my time that I really, really needed.
Yep.
Like, I was pretty cool with my career at the end. I was comfortable with it. You know, man, shoot, man, I rodeoed for 25 years in the pros. I went 14 times. I made a lot of dang money.
Yeah.
And, you know, pretty much in the rodeo world, like, everybody knew who I was.
I mean, I imagine it's going to land you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some people say that, but, you know, in my mind, they're like, Hall of Famers are the fellas that did it and finished the deal. And obviously I didn't, so.
Yeah.
But it's all right either way now. But that 3 years of that trapping, I was by myself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was going more trapping in the winter than I did when I was rodeoing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a lot of a long time.
Yeah.
So I'd have some moments out there every once in a while, you know, and you know, I might take it out on a possum, something like that. You know, it is just, and so I had all that to just come at peace with everything for sure. So, you know, God's got that plan that He put you over here for a little while, and I thought for the first 2 years, I thought, this is where I'm supposed to be. I knew it was. And I had that time to be okay with everything. And then it got to where it was boring. Right, that third year, man, like it was, God.
You've
like,
seen it all.
Seen it all, right?
Yeah.
And like there's nothing new and exciting. Just like I was talking about them coyotes, like just walk up there and just grab them. And
Yeah.
they're like, you ain't gonna bite me. You know, like I just grab that son and pull him out. And like I'm still building shops and barns and, you know, ranching right there. And this I've been hearing about this rodeo team at Northwestern. And it's Natchitoches, Louisiana. It's 40 miles south of my house. It's an awesome college. I mean, like, old school. I mean, Davy Crockett lived in Natchitoches.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is old town. Brick road, front street, live bands all the time.
Dang.
Sushi bar right there, you know, all kind of like cool mercantile shops, stuff like that. I mean, it's badass town. And the college is gated. And, like, they shut down the gates at night, and only one way in, one way out. It's right by the police station. So, like, it's the safest kind of college around, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and it's they're number one in the state on the nursing and the teaching. I mean, it's a great college.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always loved that town anyway. So I'd been hearing that they wanted to start the rodeo team back. I'm like, that's kind of what I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, all right. So like it was every day it'd be in the back of my mind. Mightn't hear anything I was doing. I'd do something for a minute and then it'd pop back in my mind. I'm like, all right, well, Lord, you put this on my heart for sure. So I make a few phone calls. One was a chiropractor that was right down there in the town, horse chiropractor and human chiropractor, John Ziegler. Was a good dude too. I called him. I said, John, do you know anybody inside that school down there that I can get a hold of and talk about this rodeo coaching job? He said, yep, I know a fella. So he got me in touch with the biology professor, Chris Lyles. He's a cool dude. I've got to know him. But I called Chris, and he's like, yeah, okay, maybe. Like, it's, this dang sure could work. We got to get this grant passed, and then there's room to do that. And Chris is kind of one of those guys, like, he's by the book, 100% by the book. Like, he'll map out his way to the door twice before he even gets up out of a chair type guy.
Yeah, you bet.
Not by the seat of his pants at all. So I called him, and then he's, yeah, maybe. And then I waited a couple of weeks right there, maybe a week or two, and I called him back. And I was like, hey, man, what about it? I said, can you just, look, I just need a meeting with the man on top. Give me 15 seconds with him. And he's like, well, yeah, I'll see what I can do, maybe, kind of deal. I'm like, all right, good enough, man. So I'm sitting around there and I'm praying about this. I'm like, Father, you put this on me. I know you did. And so I did a fast for a meeting with the man on top. I said, Lord, I know that you put this on me. I'm serious about this. I want a meeting with the man on top. And so my deal was 7 days.
Oh.
So day 6, Lori Leo Harvard calls me. And, we talk quite a bit. Lori, she's such a cool person. And her and my mother were tight. And anyway, she calls me. She says, well, I'm at the Hondo. I'm like, what the heck are you doing in Texas? She's like, no, I'm in New Orleans at the rodeo. I'm like, New Orleans has a rodeo?
Yeah.
She said, where the heck have you been, boy? Under a rock? Like, well, it's more like pine trees around here, but I guess so, yeah, under them. And she said, and she was just talking. We were just talking about, the rodeo was awesome, spectacular, like it's like downtown Houston feel, in the arena. Like it was. And she said, we just had a press conference and the governor's here and he's a huge fan of rodeo. And then right then it was like, boom. Holy shit. He took it literal. My pea brain was the man on top was the dean or the president of the college. The real man on top was the governor.
Mm. When you said he took it literal, you meant God. Yeah.
Almighty.
Just like your Almighty.
Yep.
Just like your 2 jumps in Winsboro.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so I was like, boom, like it hit me like, holy shit, that's the man on top.
Yeah.
So I stood up. I said, Lori, I'm on my way. You're coming? What? I'm coming. I said, all right, I may need some sort of pass. I don't know how that, like if it's like Houston, like it's a little bit not as easy to sneak in Houston.
Surely that short brim and buckle will get you into any rodeo that you need to go to.
Yeah, you walk like you're going somewhere.
That'll get you in a lot of places, not just a rodeo.
Yeah, he who hesitates gets carted.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
yeah, I snuck into the Decatur PRCA yesterday the same way. That cop just nodded because I was going.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So Yeah. Anyway, I got caught the other day. I'll come around to that one later. But so anyway, so I drove down there. Josh Laverne's buddy of mine, his boys, White Laverne and Ty Laverne.
Mm-hmm.
Bad cat, somebody. So be watching for them. They'll be.
Oh, yeah. I've heard their names already.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I called him. I was like, man, I'm coming down there. Do you got like an extra pass just in case? He's like, oh, yeah, man, come on, we got you. So I called Cade Saunier on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And like Cade's come through our school over there.
For sure.
And like that's where he started, basically. And so I've been knowing him for a long time. And I knew him and that governor was tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like they hang out type deal. And I said, dude, I need 15 seconds with him. He said, oh, yeah, we got that, man. Come on. So we get down there, walk right in the back, just like we always do, right?
Yeah.
And I actually, Jonathan Torres, like he kind of skirted for me a little bit on his horse, and I just walked beside him and just kept walking.
Nice.
Got in there, talked to Cade. He said, man, let me get all this over with here, and then we'll go talk to the governor. I'm like, all right. So we go up there, and I watch the bareback ride, and I know the routine, right? Like he goes back to the locker room. We're going to watch bronc riding at least before we do anything. So I'm hanging out watching bronc riding. And after the bronc riding goes, like, I go back in the locker room, no Cade. Like, all right.
Them bareback riders are notorious for that. Notorious. Jake Brown was the worst.
Well, so I call him about 3 or 4 times. No answer either.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not going the way that I planned this.
Yeah, and plus I haven't eaten. Yeah.
Right.
In 6 days.
And well, it was drinking. But anyway, so I had this plan that it was gonna be a certain way, you know.
Yeah.
Car broke down on the way down there too.
Right.
20 miles out. I'm like, no, this is not supposed to be happening like this. You
Right.
know? But it's like, okay, it's all cool. It's all cool. Keep breathing. Same way with after Cade when he would answer the phone. Okay, this is going to work. I don't know what you got planned, Father, but I'm okay. I'm okay. And then, dadgum, it got all the way around to the bull riding. And I mean, like, it's getting towards the end of it. And I'm thinking, Cade, dadgummit. And then I just kind of got like a peace about it. Like, all right, Father, like, I'm here. It's a badass rodeo. I get to watch it right here. Ain't been around that environment in a couple of 2 or 3 years anyway. So I said, I'm just gonna enjoy it. I know I was supposed to be here for some reason. Just let me know. So I kind of had a little peace. And on the back of the buggy chutes, I'm talking to Zeke Thurston.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of bullshitting a little bit. And I kind of telling him, I said, well, you know, I kind of want this rodeo coaching job. I think that's what I'm going to do. He said, you sure you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, Lefty Holman is me to you. He turns around, hot sauce. Have you met the governor? Spins him around. He's sitting right in front of me.
Dang.
And I was like, hey. And I shook his hand. I just pulled him in pretty close. And I said, hey, man, we need a rodeo team at Northwestern. I want to be the coach. Are you sure? Yes, I want to be the coach. Well, he was back there to spot a bull rider, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, like publicity, TV, whatever, you know. And they said, about the time I got it out, you know, they just spun him back around. Hey, you're up. So he's spotting the bull rider. Well, I kind of back up a little bit, and I'm kind of just, you know, watching, biding my time. And all that gets over with. Cameras go off of him. And I stepped back in there, and I grabbed him up right by his neck, pulled him in close. I said, hey, man, I'm serious about this rodeo team. I want to be the coach. We need another avenue for our Louisiana kids instead of having to go to Texas to a rodeo college. You know, McNeese is the only one that had a rodeo team. Now we can keep some of our kids here, you know. And he said, have you talked to the president, Genovese? I was like, no, but I got a meeting coming up real soon. And he said, you tell him to call me. We're going to make it happen. I said, all right, I'll hold you to it.
Yeah.
You tell him to call me. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So I left there and I was like, holy crap. Like that just happened. I needed 15 seconds. That's about all I had, you know. And it was, again, he gives you what you ask for. Yeah. So be literal or be vague. Either way, leave the door open. So instead of saying 2 more jumps, you know, you might well say it's 8 more seconds of, you know,
there you go.
Doing it, you know. But he literally gave me 15 seconds with the man on top.
Dang.
So he has answered so many prayers. And, you know, like, so that was cool. And I hung out. And finally, Cade come back around and Joey. And, you know, like we hung out a little bit, talked. And I said, I'm good. We'll see what happens here. Yeah. Well, I leave. Wyatt's at a high school rodeo in Sulphur the next day, riding broncs, you know. I go over there and kind of tell everybody kind of how it happened. Like, oh my God, you met the governor? Like, yeah, he was in my area. You know?
Yeah, he came to me.
Yep, caught him in my area. But anyway, so in the meantime, Margie's boss, she's a paralegal for William Townsend, the law firm right there in Coshada. He's a cool dude too, and he's been a great boss for my wife. And I told him about it, you know, a week before, and he gave me the vice president's phone number. So I call him up. This was probably Saturday, something like that. I'd called him just like right after the Hondo. I called him up, and he said, "Man, we're gonna get a meeting with you Tuesday, 1 o'clock." I said, "Perfect, I'll be there." Yeah. And so about Monday night or Monday sometime or another, I text him back. I said, "Look, man, I ain't got no resume, and I ain't real good at tooting my own horn. Can you just Google me? You pretty much find out about who I am on the Google." He said, "Man, we already have. Very impressive. Can't wait to meet you." I'm like, all right, it's set. Yeah. So I walk in, and the president, "Is this hot sauce?" Well, they Googled me. Yeah. You know, so go in there, hour-long meeting, hour and 15 minutes long. And so
hour and then 15 seconds. Hour, 15 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Yep. This is probably dead on right there, really.
Yeah.
So I get in there. There's like 8 or 9 other faculty members in this meeting. Like it's kind of a big
89?
deal. 89? 8 or 9.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So end of the meeting, he tells, you know, the lady, like, find him a spot in your department, and so he can be the rodeo coach. We'll make it happen. And he looks at me, he said, "Now exactly tell me, what did the governor say?" And he's a coon too, you know, so like his accent's thick as all get out. And I said, "He told me to tell you to give him a call. We was going to make this happen." He said, now, did he say he might make it happen? Because, you know, like they say a lot of things, you know. I said, "Look, man, I know he's a politician and everything, but this is what he told me." And he said, "Now, did he say," I said, you know, he's back and forth. I was like, "Look, man, I don't lie to nobody but the police and the government." Everybody kind of giggled in the room but him. Straight face looked at me and said, "You know what, technically, we are the government here." And I said, "Oh, well, in that case, I'll bullshit away from here, but I have not lied at all." And I said, "You write down Cade Saunier's name. When you talk to the governor, you mention Cade Saunier, mention me." And I talked to him in New Orleans at the rodeo. So me and the vice president and Miss Jennifer Kelly, which is my boss there, we're hashing out the finer details and whatnot. And the president texts the vice president back, so pretty much Cody wasn't lying. The governor said he's all in, wants to make it happen.
Dang.
So Been on the phone ever since.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah, because
officially,
you and I started talking about this even before it was official.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm 2.5 weeks official.
Have you recruited anybody?
I got about 9, maybe 10.
Yeah. What about Wyatt?
My boy?
Yeah.
Nope. No. And Darby's the same way too. Like Darby kind of found out about it. She signed with Sam Houston.
She had already signed.
No, it was right before. And I
Dad Gummit, Bubba Miller.
oh, it's great because, like I told her, I said, look, you've spent 18 years with me.
Yeah, and that's 30 miles from the house, and that's hard. Like, sometimes you kind of want to go away.
I've already taught her everything that I can teach her.
Yeah, I see that.
Spread your wings. Get out. She's going to be down there with Joe Beaver.
Yeah.
That's where she needs to be, man.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I want the best for mine.
Yeah.
Wyatt's going to be a senior next year. I'm going to be done told him everything that I can tell him about riding broncs.
Yeah.
And roping, too. So he's going to go to Jeff Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Collins is the best.
Is he still at
mental
Fort Scott?
coach. No, he's in Panola in Carthage, Texas.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
It's been a while since he was at Fort Scott.
Yeah. Like, long time, probably.
That's where I met Jeffrey Collins.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Coolest dude. Positive, mentally
World
positive.
champ.
2000 world champion.
World champ. Yeah.
I mean, go to him.
Yeah.
You're going to say kind of the same things, but just different.
And sometimes that matters in a father-son duo. Like, yeah, I get it.
Everybody tells me that their kids don't listen to them and whatnot, but I've never lied to my kids. Like, if we were joking and playing, like, it would be within 5 seconds, and I'd be like, no, man, I'm just whatever. But so my kids, I think that they trust me.
Yeah.
And I want them to be able to call and tell me anything. And I told Darby and Wyatt both, I said, look, man, if y'all fuck up, come tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We'll assess it, whatever. But I don't want some gossiping son of a gun to come over there and tell me, like, and blindside me.
Mm-hmm.
And say, oh, your kid did this or that,
Mm-hmm.
You tell me first. That way I can tell them they need to shut their freaking mouth, mind their own business. I already know about it.
Yeah.
So
what about the 9? Is it a bunch of bronc riders?
no.
Yeah.
Barrel racers, goat tires, breakaway ropers.
That's all right.
I got a couple of bronc riders.
Yeah. Do y'all have a practice pen close by?
There's pins everywhere around, but I want to put an arena there on the college campus.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 30 years since they had a rodeo team.
Mm.
And the powers that be back then, they had a nice barn, arena, everything on campus. They tore it down and built freaking sorority houses.
Ugh.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know how intellectuals are.
Yeah.
But the ones that are there now, like, they want to see it go. So I've spoken for an arena that's 10 miles down the road, Prefert, 4 bucking shoots, badass setup and everything. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been recruiting and fundraising for this arena.
Gotcha.
Not near halfway.
Good.
So it's been great. God has been putting people right there in front of me, and like, it's been hustling. At first, I was thinking, man, there ain't enough hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point now, I'm glad there's only so many hours in the day now.
Right. Are you is it going to be in the southern region?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
with McNeese.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep. And I called Justin down there. Me and Justin, we kind of buried the hatchet that we did have. And I told him, I said, man, we're going to have a friendly rivalry. But, friendly.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize Brown Dog was still down there. He's been there a long time.
Everybody in, like, Louisiana, like, that's their only college. Well, everybody said, Justin don't give no scholarships to ropers or nothing like that. Well, everybody's kind of aggravated about that because we got lots and lots of ropers. good ones too. But Justin, he just recruits the bronc riders, goat tires, bareback riders, right? So, but McNeese doesn't help him at all. He has to fundraise every scholarship dollar that he gives away. So looking at it now that I know the other side of this deal, Justin has done a pretty freaking good job.
Yeah.
To be able to even have the rodeo team as good as it is.
Yeah.
Like he really, really, truly, he has done a lot.
Yeah.
So
They need to close the bars sooner there.
so you can get your lawyers.
No, they don't close the bars till like 5 in the
them
morning.
bars.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're thinking like an intellectual.
Oh my gosh.
No, the I don't know. That's what I always remembered about
I think that might be the first time I've ever been accused of that.
Well, here you go. It happened on the Rodeo Time podcast, folks.
I
liked that. I liked that college rodeo. I was just always in my camper in the parking lot by myself, just because everybody stayed out at the bar till 4 in the morning and don't ever close them down. Anyways, that was another rabbit hole.
Me and you were about in the same deal there for most of that deal back when we was rodeoing.
Right.
Everybody else would be up there partying and whatnot, and I'd want to go back out to the van and just braid.
My party was between the first bareback horse and the last bull. Really, I appreciated a good hospitality with good food after, but which that's why I made for a good traveling partner, I guess, because I would drive.
DD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dale.
Yeah.
The driver.
Dale the DD. Yeah. But that that was around the time I would have been going with Jacobs and Sterling and Jeremy Melanson.
Melanchon. Melanchon.
Yeah.
Depends on where you're at in the country, how they say it.
Yeah, it depends on. Yeah, well, Procom, when you get on callbacks, they would say Jeremy Melanchon, and that's how they pronounced it. And so, that's why we called him Melanchon, but because that's how Procom. But then Sterling we called him. Jacobs and Sterling ran with this. Melanchon turned into Lankin, turned into Lanko, turned into Queso, turned into Queso Lanko. Anyway, so one time Sterling changed his nickname on there on PRCA to Jeremy Queso Melanchon, and so they called him that for a little bit. They will call you that if you put a nickname on there.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. Did you ever have a hot sauce on there?
No, I just put Cody off the bat, and then. And then it got out, and then it was...
But the announcers would still say it. Yeah.
They'd still say it, but I never put it on there.
Yeah, there you go. Dubbing yourself a nickname hot sauce is kind of... That would be a little bit...
Yeah.
But anyways, so back to recruiting. You're still looking for more young cowboys and cowgirls.
You bet.
So do you almost have a full team on both sides?
No.
No.
See, I was so late to the recruiting world. Like, I'm learning, there's way more to all this stuff than what I thought it was going to be. And so I'm 4 months late on recruiting.
But they can all still go as individuals. Y'all are going to rodeos come this next fall, right? Yeah.
Right. We will be an official team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because whenever I was at Blinn, I would go as an individual to these college rodeos, and then at A&M I was on the team, but we obviously didn't have a team at Blinn, and so I would just have to send in my own paperwork to the NRA.
Right.
But you think you'll have a team by the time September rolls around?
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
But you don't have to have a rodeo.
No, there's only 10 in the region, and it can't be no more than 10.
Gotcha.
I actually found that out later on,
Gotcha.
Like after the first initial meeting that I had with the college. I thought we was going to put one on. But
yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I would think you would have to have a rodeo. Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad.
I was thinking, PRCA stock contractors, they got to bring a new rodeo, but you're only going to have 10 rodeos in the season for college.
Yeah, I'd rather put on like frog races, fundraise.
Yeah.
Yeah, come out to the frog race.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hop on down here.
Yeah. Cool. Well, good for you. Well, if anybody knows anybody out there that's looking to be a college rodeo athlete, contact Cody DeMoss, 14-time NFR qualifier. And then it's Northwestern State?
Northwestern State University.
And what town's that in?
Natchitoches.
Where is that if you're just looking at the map on Louisiana? Is it in the middle?
It's all right. So Shreveport is the northwest corner.
Right.
Alexandria is pretty much dead in the middle.
Yep.
And we're pretty much dead in the middle in between them two, right there on I-49.
Gotcha.
Easy access. The town, everybody in the town that I've talked to so far are super pumped, all behind us. And
Imagine. I don't know why they wouldn't be.
Yeah. So I want to leave something, like what I told them guys. I said, man, I got 25 years of rodeo. Like, I know the ins and outs of rodeo.
Right.
All the events. And I don't want to waste it on a freaking coyote.
Right.
So let's put it
That's
back.
a lot of knowledge to just be. It's probably good for a couple years. Get your mind right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's up, bro tater chip? If you're trying to get swole-o-matic like Dale Brisby, then go to mountainops.com and use code DALE for 20% off. That's where I get my protein. My creatine, I use a pre-workout called Yeti that is phenomenal. They've also got your everyday energy called Ignite. So go to mountainops.com. Otherwise, you ain't no cowboy. And please use code DALE. I wear Shady Rays because they fit my face. They block the sun, they look amazing, and they're affordable. And if you use code DALE on ShadyRays.com, they'll be even more affordable, to the tune of 40% off when you buy 2 pairs. So go to ShadyRays.com and use code DALE. I love you all.
Wyatt, my boy there, like his story is pretty cool. And like we let him get on some steers and stuff when he was young. Bareback steers.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of got hurt and, jammed his thumb pretty bad. And, like, it turned purple. And I told him, I said, man, I'm turning you out from here.
Mm-hmm.
Said, oh, Dad, don't turn me out, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man, like, we're going to make a new deal here. Like, you can start getting back on when you get some pubes. And he said, well, what's pubes? I said, well, it's hair on your balls. He said, oh, Dad, I got them. He's like 9 at this point, 8 or 9. Yeah, about 9. He pulls his pants down. I said, look, man, when they're black and curly, you can get back on. So I stayed true to my word there, and I let him get on some steers. Went to the first junior high rodeo, won it. Won him a belt buckle. Went to the second one. He won something at that one. Had junior high finals made. After our school, we brought some big steers back to the house. And we was going to practice a couple of times. And I caught just a little glimpse of hesitation about him one day. Like he didn't really want to get on.
Yeah.
And I said, man, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I don't want you to do this right now. I want you to be great, but you don't have to do this. He said, oh, thank you, Dad. I was like, all right, that's good. We're going to make a new deal from here.
Yeah.
You can get back on when you're a junior in high school and not before. I'm going to sell your saddle. And if you want to get back on when you're a junior, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too.
Dang.
But between now and then, you're going to rope.
Just because he was hesitating.
And he said, oh, Dad, I don't want to rope. That's boring. I said, well, if you don't rope, you can run the chute for me and Darby. He said, I think I'll rope. So he roped, and like the little boy he can stick, ain't no doubt about it, and can heel too. And so this last August right here, he's junior in high school. He's like, all right, Dad. I said, all right, I know. So I call Sid Steiner, and they've got this paint that Rocker learned to ride on. Like the first video I ever seen of Rocker
Yeah.
was this old paint.
Yeah.
And so I called Sid. I said, man, you got any of them old hoppers left? He said, yeah, I do. He said, and he kind of priced them to me. And I was like, all right. So I'd been on a trapping gig, and my trapping trailer was a 24-foot stock trailer. So I just run everything up in there a little tighter, and I stopped in, and Sid, he's awesome, you know.
For sure.
Like, he hooked me up, no doubt. And I loaded Steiner, brought him back to the house. Gentle as all get out. Like, I got pictures of one of my buddies, Josh White. He's putting a 4-year-old girl on him, and he's just sitting in the barn. You know, like, we brush him, put fly spray on him, stuff like that. And he just sets his daughter up there. And old Steiner, he just sitting there, just chilling as he can be.
Yeah.
You know, like, cool as all get out. And so I made White before. I said, you have to dominate a steer before I'm going to let you get on him. All right. So we started getting on steers and stuff, and he's spurring them. But he's not quite dominating in, like, upper body, like free arms whooping around a little bit. Dude, you got to dominate. I'm talking about, like, dominate them. Well, they don't feel worth shit. Like, I understand that they don't. But until you can squeeze them swells and stay square and just put them back, no matter what that sun does, you've got to learn how to hold on that saddle and stay square and not get whooping, you know, like dominating, you know, sit straight, lift, you know, everything. And he spurred a bunch of them down. I mean, like turning back some guns. He's spurring these some guns.
Yeah.
And he's like, what about that? He'd come back, is that good enough? No, man, like, control it. He'd go get on another. He's like, I hate this steers, you know, they ain't bucking. I'm like, nah, you're getting it. So when you get to that point where it's like, it's just some buck, do something, you know, like get to that aggressive mad that they're not trying as hard as you want them to try. So now he's got the mentality.
Yeah.
He's like mean, like, come on, try something.
Yeah.
Do something. So with that, I'm like, all right, now you're here. We're ready. And then we loaded old Steiner. First time, Steiner throwed a fit, freaking squished him, laid down and shoot. I'm like, what the heck?
Dang.
And calm, as cool as collected as be, sat right there in the chute, didn't try to climb out White, you know, like he sat right there. What now, Dad?
He's laying down, the horse is?
Yeah, he's down. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, and Heath is there too. Me and him both are nervous as all get out. And like I prayed all week, I said, Father, just let him have everything that I had. Everything that I had. Yeah. Lord, just let him have all the luck and everything. And then again, he's got a sense of humor that Almighty does. Well, he definitely got it. Well, anyway, so back to old Steiner, like, all right, get up. And then he stood back up and he got in there. Dude, spurred this son of a gun down the pen. Legitly.
You didn't make him take him laying down?
No.
Didn't you take some laying down at the NFR once?
Probably.
I'm almost certain I saw that.
I wasn't never scared of that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, they got to stand up to leave, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, as long as they wasn't going to roll out and fall on the gate.
Yeah, a bunch of weight on the gate, yeah.
You know, depends on if their legs were up under them right and all that stuff. But, so anyway, legitly, he's 74 points on his first horse. Spurred him, toes turned out.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
But he's been to all of the schools that I'd put on. He's been on the dummy, you know.
He's been on a steer.
And been on bunches of steers. And so, like, he's rolling, you know, like cloud 9.
Yeah.
And we get on there 4 or 5 times right there. And we take old Steiner to the local amateur rodeo. He gets to get on him in front of the crowd, you know. He spurs old Steiner down the pen again, you know, like he's doing it.
Yeah.
So right about that meantime there, he said, man, my butt's sore. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, I just got like a knot or something on my tailbone. I'm like, oh. So it's like a palinatal cyst. They used to call it the Jeep syndrome back in World War II. Like if you get tagged on the butt, then it's technically when you're in the womb, your skin starts developing and then it backs up and like, oh, I got to have muscle here, like that. So you got a little bitty thin layer of skin over your tailbone and it gets like an ingrown hair.
Yeah.
Well, I had it and I fought that thing for years.
Yeah.
And like it would swell up and like hurt. And then it'd bust and then, all right, And then I had mine taken out in 2015, I think it was. I was winning the world, winning the Canadian world title. Like I was on top. I'm like, I am done with this thing. Like it done swole up 3 or 4 times that year. It just freaking hurt. And I had it taken out. Well, it was extremely deep to your tailbone. You don't know it, but it's that far to your tailbone.
Yeah.
And so I had a gash and like right above my exit that was like that long and it was at least that deep. So I had to have a wound vac and I laid on my stomach from the short round of Pendleton. I come home and got it done. And it had barely closed together before I went to the Canadian finals.
Dang.
And I got up there and all the Justin's, or they're not Justin Sports Medicine up there, but the sports medicine team, I was like, look, y'all, probably going to have little problems here. And I pulled my pants down and showed it to them, kind of told them all about it. And I said, I'm going to need some help because I can't see it, can't doctor it, So the first round up there went good. I won the round, and then that thing busted open. And then that thing's drooling the rest of the time. And it come down to like me, Wade, and Court Shear, come down to neck and neck at the end of it. And I rode the last one, and I ended up winning the Canadian finals. And went back home, and it had barely closed up again before the NFR. And the second round, like I told him, I said, I am not riding in the Grand Entry. I'm not going to do it. I did not qualify in that event.
Yeah.
I do it all year long. So like I tried to tell Aaron the egret and, them guys up there, and they're like, oh, well, that ain't my deal, So I didn't ride the first night. Second night, we come in the locker room, I had a fine for not riding in the Grand Entry. So the fines double.
Yeah.
Every night. Well, I win the second round. Something happened during the second round. My knee swole up and got purple and like huge. And so I'm icing. And I'm on my back trying to keep off my ass and elevate my leg. So I did not go to the buckle ceremony. Like I went straight to the hotel, propped up. So I get a fine for that. And it keeps doubling every night. And then the fines doubled. And so by round 7 or 8, I was at $70-something thousand in fines.
Wow.
And I'm like, you sons of bitch, like, come on.
Yeah, it's
like,
just ridiculous.
Come down here.
That's
Look at
ridiculous.
this. Look at this. So, like, my knee is puffed up all week long. Like, freaking huge. And then that thing's busted open again. So I'm riding with a diaper.
Yeah.
And they'd come down there, and I'm like, shit, I'm already taped up.
But the Grand Entry, it's so important.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
it's so...
Yeah, so I finally, Tandy had to write him a letter to Sean Davis or Aaron, whatever, Well, then Rick had to write him a letter too. We had to have 2 letters to get all of that waived off.
Yeah.
And it was like, you bunch of something. Anyway.
Yeah, like you can't see my knee. You can't, let me pull my pants down and show you what I'm working with.
Yeah, I'm bleeding out of my right now.
Right.
I don't want to ride that freaking dink that you got for me out there, bucking around,
Run in a big circle.
trying to rip my leg off the freaking gate coming
I'm sure
in.
you're carrying the flag, unless Shane Hanchy was.
Yeah. So anyway, so Wyatt, he's like, I got this knot on my butt. I'm like, oh. I asked for it. I told him, Father, let him have everything I had.
Dang.
Like, my gosh almighty. So I have been very careful what I asked for. And trying to be anyway.
Yeah.
But so I took him to service. I did a school up there in Stoneham for them. And he gets on 12, 15 head of broncs that week. And he had 4 buddies that went up there. Like, we all drove up there. And, man, like, riding up there with 4 young fellas that were freaking craving broncs.
Yeah.
And then watching them, they all got on 12 or 15. I'm pretty sure it was either 50 or 60 that them 4 boys got on up there that weekend. Like, they made the whole thing.
Colts?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they've been bucked 4 or 5 times, but,
Yeah.
Yeah. Come around. Like, at least those colts are trying, and they're not traveling. That's why I was like, all right, these are good colts. We're going to go get on them. Well, on the way home, Wyatt is in extreme pain.
I imagine.
With this knot. So high school rodeos start up the next weekend. I'm like, dude, can't let you do it, man. We're going to go ahead and get this thing taken care of before you get going, because this turns into a pain in your ass, literally.
Yeah.
So he missed the whole first half of the high school season. Comes back after Christmas. First one he gets on, he spurs this son of a gun. He's 79 points on his first rodeo.
Dang.
And like, I was like, holy dude, like that's
good for you.
That's bad. So he wins that one. He wins 2 more, bucked off of 1, and then the 5th rodeo that he went to, slammed the ground, broke his wrist. Well, now he's 6 weeks out, misses the last 3, and then 6 weeks is the weekend of the short round at state finals. So we load him old Steiner again, and he rides Steiner at the house right before, just to let him have a little warm up. And I mean, it's just riding hands. So like he has, but he ain't got much strength left, and all this stuff. And he goes down there, wins the first 2 rounds at the high school finals, bucks him down on the short go horse, but he ends up 2 points ahead of the guy, so he ends up winning state. And so like I'm pumped up.
Nice.
He's 8 up with it, man.
That's awesome.
8 up as he lives. Like he ain't even picked up a rope hardly since.
Yeah.
And but I'm super proud of him.
What about, is this, what year, this isn't your arena record, because that was on Painted Valley, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cheyenne. That's Calgary. And that horse is Curly Bill.
Oh, I thought that looks like Cheyenne off first glance. Oh, yeah, CS at the top. I'm wearing sunglasses inside.
Your future is bright, Dale.
Well, it's obviously not a paint, so I did get that part right. What is it that you like about this ride?
Curly Bill actually come from Corco's.
Aside from the bad picture you got out of it.
Stace had bought him. He's hard to get out on.
Really?
But a bucking son of a gun.
Yeah.
When Stace had him, I voted for him to be the horse of the year. Like, he's that rank.
Yeah.
And by the time the voting was over, he didn't even go to the finals.
Dang.
But he was hard to get out on. So Logan Hay was there that day, and he's rookie bronc riding. Like, he's young fella. Yeah. And I said, man, will you help me? Like, I'd got the kind of the scoop on him up there, Bar C5 on him at this time.
Yeah.
And everybody said, he freaking leans on the gate and out of this, and he's freaking bad, and freaking hauls ass out of there and bucks, but he's just a pain in the ass to get out on. I was like, all right. So I'm sculling everything, and, so there's a point where horsemanship is, but then there's bronksmanship. So I consider myself a bronksman. Mm-hmm. And it was almost like that was more of a challenge than the ride. Is if I could get out on the bad one easier than everybody else, like that, I'm a fucking cowboy.
Yeah, you bet.
Like that.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. So I said, Logan, here's what we're going to do. We're not tying him in on the outside. We're going to tie him in on the inside.
Yeah.
You keep everybody away from his head. Don't try to push him out. All I want you to do is when I nod, just let go of the rope. But just keep everybody away. And I'm going to get on him a couple before.
Yeah.
So Tyson, he come out and I said, look, dude, set your flank. This is the plan. We're going to be easy. Told the gate man, don't make no noise when you come up here. Don't even get up here around up there. We're going to sneak out on this old boy. And like I sat down in there and he wallered and leaned on that gate, and then he's like, what the, like, he just, all of a sudden he just stood up and he tried to lean on that gate again with the rope was on the other side. So, like, you could tell it just kind of blowed his mind, It was like, so he stood up like a freaking shot dog, just sat there.
Yeah.
I moved around. I kind of petted on him a little bit, I'm sitting there and I'm chill in the chute, right? Like, don't do all that extra moving. That humping the saddle before you nod and doing all that stuff. I'm under it. I can't get no more under it.
Yeah.
Just be cool. So I'm sitting there and I got my rein sitting right here. And they walk up there and I said, all right, now be cool. And they was really easy right there. And the guy on the rope, like pulling the gate, he kind of stepped out there nonchalantly and I was like, all right, open the gate. And they swung it open and he just,
dang,
and like easy.
How many was he?
Out, like 89 or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I went to go around, but like it was one of the best rides.
Yeah.
And like you can see his little feet's curled up under him, and like he's bucking.
Yeah.
Makes a cool little circle right in front of the bucking chutes. Like it was pretty pimp. So to get out on a bad one,
right,
and a bucker, like, so that's my photo. Like that's the one that I signed to give to my buddies.
What do you have? You got a cool picture from the arena record at Cheyenne?
Cheyenne? No.
Dang,
No.
they always get pictures there.
I know it. Like I went to every one of them photographers out there. Because I mean, you get the arena record at Cheyenne, you're like,
Surely there's one good flick out of it.
and the funny thing about it was it's about the same thing in the shoot with Painted Valley too. Like
Yeah. Oh, really?
he got, like, right when they were coming to me, they clacked it, that snap on the gate and everything, and he watered down. I'm like, God dang it. He's sitting there, he's all squatted down and everything, and Kirsten walks up to me. She said, what do you need, Cody? I said, you got one of them sugar cubes in your pocket? And she laughed. And she said, no, I don't have one. And, like, they had a special relationship, her and that horse.
Yeah.
Like, they loved each other. So when she's just sitting there talking, he just relaxed and stood back up. And like,
Really?
all right, open the gate. Same tracks.
Did they get? I bet they got a good picture of your brother on special time that day, though, didn't they?
Yep.
Dead
And he signs it.
Oh man.
Yep.
They just happened to get a picture of Heath the same day. Yeah, but you can't get a good picture of the arena record.
Well,
How many was it? What was the arena record?
90 or 91.
Yeah.
Something like that. And the cool story circled around there, like it held for a long time.
Yeah.
And Ryder Sanford broke it.
Oh, nice.
And it's funny, like I'd seen some videos of him, and like he's been to our school since word go too, and like,
Right.
So I seen some things like, dude, keep riding.
Yeah.
go 10 seconds.
Right.
Because the last thing that judge sees in his mind is like the whistle blows, he's supposed to be turning away, right?
Right.
That's in their kind of rule book. But if it's good, they still want to watch it as they're turning away. Like, good thing, it's pretty good, because they're fans of rodeo, right?
Yeah, for sure. How are you going to turn away from a good bronc ride?
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, keep riding, man. Keep riding.
Yeah.
So Cheyenne, I think he had a black tie or something, and he rides him for 15 freaking seconds out there. It's just spurring him away.
Yeah.
And he gets the record. And I'm like, man, I tell you my secrets. And then you go ahead and beat
Take my record with it. Yeah.
You sucker.
Do you
but
think...
it was cool because, he's a Louisiana boy.
Yeah,
he's my homeboy,
Were they notoriously a little bit lower at Cheyenne with scores for a while, it seemed like?
Oh, shoot. When I first come around, man, like if you were 78, you were in the hunt for some money.
But at Cheyenne specifically, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
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 But
I remember being like 52 in the rookie bronc riding. And I was
that's a high score.
I was like, hey, that's a 75 anywhere else.
Yeah. And the rookie deal, like, I guess it was something like they didn't need any of them to be up there with the pro guys, like these are rookies. Like, they kind of keep their foot on you a little bit. But, man, I've seen some bad rookie bronc riders. Like Blaze Freeman, freaking peeled a couple of them up, 72 points.
Right.
Should be 85.
Yeah, you bet.
But, whatever. As long as they get the winner right, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did man, I remember being in Weatherford. Scotty Lovelace's horse stepped on me right in the junk. Ironically named, the horse was ironically named Ladies Man. But anyway, I remember seeing you and Heath and Ty riding together, and it was kind of the first time that I really saw in person how two veterans could take a young man under their wing and help him grow to maturity and going to the NFR. It was right before his NFR. I think it was the year he made the NFR.
No. We traveled probably 3 years, something like that, and then we kind of had a spat.
Yeah,
and
as brothers do.
Mm-hmm. Ty was driving.
Yeah,
and it was right after I'd won, like set the arena record. Like we were in Oregon or something like that at that time. Well, what we did is like everybody's back number, like we pin them to the top of the van, but we'd always write our score right there. Well, right there over the top, right in the middle, was open, and I had the 90, 91, whatever, Cheyenne, so I put it right there. That's where that one's supposed to be,
Yeah.
Heath was just freaking holding that over our head, and so it kind of like your brother deal, like I guess he always figured I was big brother in him, and I tried really hard not to, believe it or not, Heath.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, like it come to, not fist, but like you wrestle.
Yeah,
like,
you bet.
And we didn't ever have no special training in wrestling. It was just whoever could get the other one in the chuck hold first was pretty much the winner. So Ty's driving, and like we're going down the road, and I'm talking about we're all in freaking wrestling, like tearing it up in this thing.
Yeah.
And he had me. He done run my face up down something like freaking scratched that up in here, and I'm bleeding, like he had me. And he relaxed just a little bit. And when he did, I jumped out of it, and I reached around, grabbed him, and choked him out. Scared the out of me.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, Heath, wake up. And I was slapping him in the face, and he's, just out. And I mean, scared the out of me, man.
Yeah.
And he finally come back to, and I was like, oh, thank you. And like, and no more. So So we all split
Yeah.
that year. You know, like we both loved Ty, but neither one of us wanted to pull Ty away from the other
Yeah, you
at the
bet.
same time too. So we just split.
Yeah.
And Ty jumped in with Wade Sundell and Jesse Cruz.
Both
Garrett.
world champs.
Garrett. Oh, darn it.
Dang.
I can see his face. I know. Yeah, it'll come to me. You know, I landed on my head one time, so I kind of forget some things.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ty went with them. They went up to Canada, and Ty made the finals that next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get to? I mean, you and your brother are kind of notorious for having like tighter binds. Did it stay that way your whole career? Did you ever start letting them out?
No, man. Like that was young. You know, I rode pretty tight on them Salisburys, you know.
Yeah.
And then I loosened them out. And then that's kind of when I kind of figured out, like I done made the finals, you know, 5 or 6 times at that point, but then I loosened them out. And there's a difference between a bronc rider and a bronc fighter. And that was kind of my era of when I really got picking up on broncmanship, stuff like that. Is a bronc rider, let them have that rein, you know, like let them have it buck, you know, like I'm not pulling my horse until there's 3 in front of me because I don't want him. I want him to have all the advantage to buck, right? I want him to do the best he can. Never, ever did I ever try to cheat. Nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of old soggy at the amateurs earlier in the days. I'd try some tricks. And I did get caught one time, but Heath Stewart,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't have done it. I mean, I know I shouldn't have done it, but I did do something other than, I wasn't soaking him. I wanted him to do it, you know, so I put a trick to make him do it. So I'm going to butt me off.
What'd you do?
I don't want to say that.
That's okay.
But it was, yeah, I mean, it was illegal for sure. And then one of the dadgum committee men tried to turn me in, and Heath Stewart said, no, I told him to do that. That's fine.
Dang.
Solid human.
Yeah.
Solid human. So it was the next weekend, Heath and Donnie come up to me and said, man, that was wrong. I said, I understand. I am sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I was just wanting to win. And that was in Montgomery. So the next weekend was Beaumont. Everything, what goes around is coming around, right? Their horse in Beaumont that year, like, squishes me in the chute.
Yeah.
Like, I can take a hit, no problem. And he come back down. Clayton Voltine was running that rope and had a brand new pair of gloves on. You know, ever since this day, if you're tying horses in, you don't have no gloves on. Like, I will not let anybody tie for anybody.
Yeah.
You're going to have some skin in this game, Bubba.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that for me, you get a hold of it. No fault of Clayton's, you know. He was honestly trying. Well, that's back down, tried it again, wallering on the back of the neck rope. And the third time, got away from Clayton. And I mean, like, this all happened boom, 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 you know.
Yeah.
Squished this shit out of me, like, and went back down and then freaking got me all the way the 4th time. And I knew something wasn't right. And he laid all the way down. And I'm sitting there, oh, shit. And I just reached back and I handed that flank up there to Heath. I said, I'm taking him like this. No, get out, get him. And I said, no, if I get out, I'm not going to get back in here.
Yeah.
And I called for him and I rode him. I got off on Too Tall at the other end.
Yeah.
Too Tall's such a,
Yeah.
I love him to death, but I mean, you know, it takes one to know one too. But,
Yeah, Sean.
so I jump off on Too Tall. He said, you dumb, why you take that horse like that? And I'm like, you don't know. Well, I cracked my sternum.
Yeah.
And so I was like 3 months out after that, sitting on the porch like this.
Dang.
I couldn't do. So I honestly believe when I tried to cheat, it come back and got me.
Yeah.
And I bucked off the one I tried to cheat on too.
Yeah.
So
Did you stay in the Salisbury?
no. Like maybe 12, something like that. That thing kind of got to feeling funny. And like I honestly believe that thing kind of warped because they're fiberglass trees. And I've learned so much about a saddle since that I'm pretty sure I could fix it, now looking back. But I got into, it was a doll that Brad Rudolph had kind of rocked the bars in.
Yeah, back when
stuff.
he was making stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then I rode it for, I was from 12 to 23.
Yeah.
So 11 years after that.
How has or maybe has it, especially now that you're a rodeo coach, how are you viewing like rosin these days?
Man, that's a big thing for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, I don't agree with it. The Bronxman deal about it.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna let the guys on top do it, then Zeke Thurston said it about as best as you could. Like, if we're all in a race, if I'm gonna wear my work boots, I'm gonna wear tennis shoes just like them.
Mm-hmm.
So my view on it now is if everybody has got the same shot,
Yeah.
okay. But I mean, it's done went so far now that like there's kids in there with a freaking blowtorch back there,
Yeah.
putting all that shit on them, And I told Rick Smith, whenever he was the director, like that was one of his deals. He wanted to get back in control of it. And like, Rick, don't do it.
Yeah.
I can promise you, man. Like, I done been down the road. I lost lots of friends over that deal. And a lot of respect. And, like then that year, I kind of threw my sucker in the dirt after that happened. And I went home after Calgary and just kind of mad,
Yeah.
And so I wasn't around for the whole last half of the season and stuff. So there was rumors that got around and it got worse. Like hell, I was going against everybody's saddles were illegal. And, and I'd kind of mentioned it a little bit too, like, well, hell, if we're going to have rules, let's stick with the freaking rules.
Yeah.
And, anyway, so when I come back, it was, hell, they still doing it. And there's a lot of things I'd have done different looking back on that now.
Yeah.
Like, that was a point in my life that changed me to who I am today, too, through those hard lessons that I had to learn about being a human, everything. So I'm thankful that it did happen at this point because I wouldn't be who I am today either.
Well, I get both sides of it because it's like if the rule book says you got to run with work boots, but then 9 out of the 10 guys on the track are wearing tennis shoes, but they're just kind of looking up in the air. And then you got the 10th guy wearing the work boots, and then the 9 guys are like, well, just put on tennis shoes. And then the guy in the work boots are like, well, then why does it say it in the, I get both sides of it.
Well, what pisses me off is they let those top 9 do it, never check them, but they end up finding the 20th man.
Yeah.
And down that way, they're hard on them. Hell, if you want to change something, like you got to start with the fellow that's up there, and then he will govern everybody else all the way down.
See, I was, when that was going on, my brother and I were going to a lot of AMI rodeos together, and I remember me and him went to Marble Falls, and it was July, AMI rodeo, nobody's around, and we made the AMI finals that year, but it was like 13th and 14th, like barely. Like it's just whatever. It's AMI rodeo, and there was maybe like 6 people total entered in Marble Falls at this little AMI rodeo that Johnny Hoyle put on, and that night we were the only 2 horse riders there, like maybe a bareback rider, and they freaking are checking our saddles. Like the judges come back there and are checking our saddles at this AMI rodeo in the middle of nowhere. And at that time, it was like the green can of base rosin that people were using. Yeah, fiddle rosin.
Yeah.
And, it would get a little gummy in July and August. But for the most part, it would break most of the, 10 months out of the year. And I just remember thinking like you said, like, hey, man, if we're going to, like what? Anyway, yeah, I get both sides of it. Like I understand, like, and to me, it's like right now at this point, I help a lot of guys get started. Like I don't want you on your first 10 horses on my 14-point hopper to use a torch. Like let's lift and stay back. Like worry about doing that. When you if you're going somewhere and everybody's doing it, whatever. Like I'm not against it at all. Like let me borrow the torch, whatever, if we're going somewhere. But anyway, I don't really have a strong opinion either way.
Well, most of them kids now don't even know that that's legally wrong.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they have no idea that it's because hell, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
So like I said, I told Rick, I said, don't do it, man.
Yeah.
You'll lose lots of friends.
Yeah.
And he stayed away from it for about the first 2 or 3 years. And then he's like, damn it, because he's old school bronc rider, And then he attacked it. And then all of a sudden he loses a job and friends and everything. And I'm like, Rick, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The work boot thing is about the best analogy you can, yeah.
Yeah. That Zeke, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel? Speaking of Zeke, he and I talked about, I had him on the podcast during the NFR, but how do you feel about the markout rule as a whole?
I got a sore crotch about that too.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of on the fence. I can see both sides of it.
Right.
So, yeah, I lost a couple of them for the markout rule.
Yeah.
Not on me, but what they should have thrown.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, they kind of use it in the favor of some. And it's like, and then you're going to throw it on somebody else that's, 1 year I was coming down into it, and Wade and Taos had to ride their last one, either one of them, and it would have been all mine, right? Well, they get one of them at the gate. I did not think that they missed him out.
Right.
So, and then the amateur deal, Heath got to be the LRA director, and he took it out, took the markout rule out, because we didn't have nobody riding broncs.
Yeah.
Back up a year before that, I had a fella right there, Britton Allums, lives right beside me right here, and he was riding. Now, Britton, he didn't have no, NFR future in bronc riding, but he loved it, and he liked being around people and all that stuff, and he was riding broncs. I'd been putting him on at the house. We go to the hometown rodeo in Coshada, Louisiana. Britton and 3 other guys, 2 days, they got to ride both days. Nobody had rode.
Yeah.
Nobody had made 8 seconds. Britton, his hometown rodeo, last guy out, they throwed the flag on him. He rode his horse. And that day right there is when he's like, man, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I ain't won no money. I'm hometown rodeo, just crushed him.
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Why? Nobody had freaking rode a horse all weekend long, and you're going to be freaking picky about that freaking far. So Heath took it out, and then the amateur deal at the house, like, kind of started blowing up. Like, we had 10 or 12 there go to the finals one year. Like, it just didn't, and if they rode the horse, they could win some money.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, so at that level right there, we didn't need to be that daggone picky there.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so on the other side of it, the PRCA taking the markout rule out. As a bronc rider, no.
Yeah.
No, you spur that out.
Yeah.
Like I tell White, you hold him for 2.
Yeah.
Because that's how you set up a good ride. And so I'm enforcing that on him because I know that leads into the great rides and whatnot.
Yeah.
But as a fan coming to that rodeo, all right,
Right.
I got family that, you know, they didn't know much about rodeo, but they'd come Houston or something like that, and they watch, and like you can see every fan that comes to a rodeo, there's not a whole lot of them are
Savvy.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they can't figure that deal out. Well, I don't understand.
Yeah.
That some right there, he rode the shit out. He's supposed to win.
Yeah.
And then they get pissed off and they say, "Man, this rodeo, I don't understand it. Them judges are cheating, you know, la da da da, you know." And they get mad and they never come back to a rodeo.
Right.
They get pissed off because the rules say, you know, this, you know, it's not obvious for everybody, you know, to see it and whatnot. And so they go back to the freaking football or baseball because, you know, the rules are in the lines and all
it's
that
just
stuff.
easier to, yeah. I mean, this year at the NFR, like, I mean, Statler won the world in bronc riding when, I mean, they even had a review on Stetson's markout. Like, that would have been like, you know, because he held him for 1. And that judge was coming around the corner and after the 1. And some people say hold him for 2, but also, like, as far as the rules concerned, put in the rules, hold him for 2 if that's what the rule you know, I don't know.
Right. It's when the front feet, after he breaks the plane, the first foot
That's
that
it.
hits the ground.
That's it.
That's it. I got, like, there's been some people ask me about that one too. Okay, yeah, that guy throwed it on the right foot.
Yeah.
All right. That judge was standing out there right in the middle.
Yeah, couldn't see it.
Like,
he
was not in a great spot.
Right.
True enough. But his left one was questionable. But everybody was focused on that right foot. So when it went to replay, now I ain't saying he did miss him out with that left one, but the couple times that I watched it, you know, in the slow-mo right there, was like, yeah.
Oh, you think they were thinking about the left one?
So I think the replay people, they evaluated it as a whole. I'm just speculating on this, so I'm not real sure. But if they come back and say, well, yeah, he missed him out on the left foot. Everybody's focused on the right one because that judge throwed it there. But that judge could see the left one better than he could see the right one. So it should have been clarified.
But why would he have thrown the flag for the left side if there's already another left judge? You know what I mean?
I understand that too. I do believe that the right foot judge made a bad call on the right foot.
Gotcha.
100%. He spurred him out with his right one.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But when it gets to the replay back there, they're evaluating the whole. I don't know if they are only allowed to judge, you know, replay the right foot.
That is under question. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
If they did evaluate it as a whole, like, well, yeah, that left one is questionable. Like, we're going to have to stick with a man. And maybe they didn't even know which side it was. It was just that they evaluated a spur out.
Yeah.
I don't know that. So that's all speculation. So
yeah.
It's, you know.
Whatever it is.
But his brother won it.
It sucks if you're the one losing the buckle, you know. Mm-hmm. But in that scenario, like, oh, well, I think it was obviously, it was Statler's first world title, so good for him.
Man, them guys ride so good, man.
Yeah.
Like, they got a different kind of a style, you know, but, man, them guys ride all of them. And
very consistent.
Yeah, very consistent.
That's what traveling with Jacobs, like, I got to observing and, like, it's just like all you guys he went to 10 in a row and you went to 14 and, like, Wright brothers, what all they've accomplished, like, it seems like those winners, it's do the same thing every bronc. Like so consistently lifting on your reins, staying back, set your feet, east and west, like everything just in line every bronc. What is that? What is it that you do to accomplish that mentally before the ride?
The key to winning, I wholeheartedly believe this. The key to winning is craving the feel of the victory over the animal. The victory of that one jump, that so much jumps up, and you spur him in the neck, hold him, like the bad feeling that we're always wanting to feel. Whether it be in the riding or the roping, that feel of that bad run. Craving that feel. And you think about it like all the time without thinking about it, right? Like it's in your head all the time. You wake up in the morning and that's the first thing you think about. It's craving that feel.
Yeah.
So if you crave that feeling all the time, and then when you go to the rodeo, you expect that feel. You're expecting that someone to jump up under you. Even like the ones that have a bad rap. Like, oh, that sun gun ain't worth it. Like if you get off out in that track, you done beat yourself. You're going to be 75 points and you're going to be right with everybody else. But in your mind, you're like, no, I want this thing. I've come all the way this far. I want him to jump up under me. I want to feel that feeling.
Yeah.
I want it and craving it. And like you're coming with the bottom of your girl, like down here, And them horses feel you.
Yeah.
They're sensitive. And that's thing I can feel a fly land on his butt.
Yeah.
They're sensitive. So if you can kind of push that energy down into them and like bring them up under you, like, come on, let's do this. And then open up and offer it to him. And he thinks, hell yeah, this guy's, I might try a little bit,
Yeah.
And he jumps up and boom, and he might give you a couple right in the middle and then dang, you're 82 and you win. You get that $400 or $500 check where nobody else has gotten anything on that sun in the last 5 years.
What was that practice horse you got on? I just remembered it. Maybe you describing all that made me flash back to the. Did you get on Sock Dancer as a practice horse at the Thanksgiving rodeo school before the NFR?
Yep.
Sock Dancer. That's what it was. Like people turned that horse out. I've turned that horse out. Wow. Eliminator. And you wanted that as a practice horse.
Yep.
And we all just sat back and watched.
Awesome Sauce, too.
Yeah.
Like, Danny let me get on him a couple times. But here's the deal.
I was there for the Sock Dancer one, though.
He's such a pain to load, wasn't he?
Looking around, and it's just like, what is he doing? And he just, and you rode him, getting ready for the NFR.
You're going to get on the bad ones out there. Like, I was craving and expecting that feel. But I didn't want to get on 3 hoppers over there that didn't make the cut.
Yeah, if you can spur the eliminator before the NFR, what are they going to run under you there?
Exactly.
Another eliminator?
I'm ready.
Golly.
Well, yeah, so we got Sock Dancer. It took 5 of us to load him that day. He was so bad back there. And then, Danny let me get on Awesome Sauce a couple of times before the final. That horse is a special horse.
Yeah.
Incredible animal.
Yeah.
The more he bucks, the better he gets. Yeah. And so Danny's like, come on over here. We'll run him in a couple times before we take him to the finals. Like, it was right before he was going to the NFR.
Yeah.
And same kind of deal, though. Like everybody, what the hell? You don't get on something to make you feel right? Like, nope. I want to make sure that I'm ready for whatever they bring.
Yeah, South Point or something, or what's it? Going South was his, something just.
Yeah. So, yeah, you crave them good ones.
Yeah.
Crave them ones that make you touch and go.
I hear you. That's what made me aware of that's what made it easy for me to give up bareback riding when I realized like all I wanted when I was riding bareback horses, all I wanted to do was get on the hoppers. I did not crave the buckers. And the bronc riding, I kind of welcomed the challenge, except of course like Sock Dancer. I turned him out of I think it was Goliad, but that was more just like the reputation that he had kind of got in my
Well, he had
head.
a special kind of, like, I liked him because he ran over Terry Carlin. Uncle Terry. Right,
Yeah.
everybody asked me, said, why do you call him Uncle Terry? I said, well, that guy me so many times, it might as well be family.
Uncle Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, but,
I always called Terry Autry Uncle Terry. Yeah, flanking for Stace.
I've been knowing him since I was right out of high school. Like he was flanking for Gerald Smith, the wing, Peyton's grandpa.
Yeah.
He was there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was about 2003 is when Stace hired him.
Really? He's supposed to jump on the podcast, Terry Autry,
Oh, yeah.
at some point. I think that would be good.
Bull riding, some gun back in the day.
Really?
Handlebar. Margie, my wife, she said, who's that guy that looks like Baxter Black?
Right? Yeah.
Yep. That's Terry.
Probably got he does have a few short little quip cowboy poems too.
Yeah?
Yeah. Terry does, so that's funny.
Yeah, we got into that for a little while too. Wrote some songs and stuff. But, man, have you ever heard the one? I don't know.
Did you ride any with Charlie Daniels? Aren't y'all tight? We're
I
tight.
played his fiddle.
We're tight. Yeah, you played his fiddle.
Yeah, but old Doug Vold,
Oh yeah, he would sing.
Oh, yeah. House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I tried it, but I wrote a poem about Doug one time, too. So it goes like, from the low blows, the highs and lows, and the ups and downs, it's a miracle that he's still around. From the North Country he came, his bronc rein in his hand, see if he could rise above his father's reputation and be the best in the land. So to the States he went, where he found a place where the beer was cold and some girls made him some special brown cakes. He stomped broncs in every arena. If you ever lost him, most likely he was at the cantina. Soon he had his reputation as a bronc rider, a midnight rambler, a wild horse chaser, and a drunken gambler. But for the broncs he rode from east to the west, let everyone know that he was one of the best. And then there was that fateful night where he was transported to the record books under the northern lights. 95 was the all-time high, to be wrote down forever like a star in the sky. Now Scruffy's in his older years and laughs and scratches a lot and he questions some little spots. But for the most part, he'll stay true to the bar 42, where every other bronc might be branded 822. But old Doug Vold is the true Wild West review.
Dang, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to have that record in there once you started. I was like, oh, we got to talk about that.
Yeah. Transport.
That's funny. That's a good poem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recited it to Doug and he cried, hugged me. I love
Dang.
you. I love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I didn't get to go, but I was I loaded up and then I had to turn around and go back, but I didn't get to go to the Cowboy Downhill one year, and Jacobs and Jeremy and Sterling were all talking about it when everybody got together and Doug sang House of the Rising Sun.
oh man. And he could belt it out too.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I do remember one of the first times that the Stay School was in the was at Mesquite, rather than the ranch. And we all were in the 8 Second Club. It might have been when we got those jackets that my dad was wearing back whenever he, anyway. But we're all in the 8 Second Club and y'all, and I think it was maybe you, and I don't think you were playing the guitar. I think you were just singing. But Tom Russell, Tonight We Ride. Yeah. There was a crew. I mean,
that's a good way to kind of disperse the crowd when I start singing.
Yeah. Yeah. It did after that, as now that you mention it. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Put me at the end.
How do you want to be remembered as a bronc rider?
Yeah, it don't matter no more. White.
Yeah.
White's dad.
Yeah, White's dad. There you go.
Yep. You know, Darby, my daughter, is a super talented breakaway roper.
Mm.
And she's too nice. She's more like my mother than anything. But she's super talented, got a good horse. She's going to get to go rodeo with Cheyenne McCartney, I think is her name now. She used to be Guillory. Joe Beaver hooked us up. And so she's going to go drive for her this summer. And she's going to get out there and get a taste of it. And I think that's what she's kind of been needing, is get away from, and get in with some winners. And, like have that different mentality, because Darby's so nice and she's beautiful, but she's everybody's rock.
Mm.
Everybody that has a problem comes to her.
Yeah.
And she legitimately tries to help everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody really helps her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dang.
Like
her own stuff falls through the cracks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I tell her, Darby, look, you have got to get in with somebody that's winning and driven. You don't need you need help.
Uh-huh.
You don't need to help everybody.
Right.
Like, I'm out for you.
Yeah.
I don't care about them other ones. You're mine. I want you to have a shot at this.
Right.
And Cheyenne, I talked to her one time on the phone, and she kind of told me what she would do, and I'm like, that's awesome. That's great. And I appreciate you so much taking her.
Yeah.
And, Darby's going to have to drive, all nights.
Well, also, like in Cheyenne's case, like if, a sweet kid like that comes from good stock and going to work hard, like who doesn't want to help somebody like her,
Yeah. And Darby will be good for her, too. Because, there's some times out there, you got to dig deep to push through some shit.
Yeah. And you need positivity around you.
Yep. And Darby's going to help her, too.
Yeah, I imagine.
It's going to... So Cheyenne asked me, said, is she okay driving? I'm like, oh, yeah. You ain't got to worry about Darby.
Yeah.
So the year that I amateured with her in 22 or whatever, like I told her, I was roping with Bo Abear over there, and I said, look, if there's bronc riding, if they got 1,000 added, it put me in the bronc riding, but I'll rope at every one of them. Darby, you're roping, but you're low man on totem pole. You take care of the horses. You take the shift in the middle of the night. Like, you water everybody's horses in the morning, like, you're here. And she's like, all right. So we leave Stanford one night, and it was getting late, and we're driving back to Stephenville, and she's driving. I mean, like, it's 2 a.m, and we talked for a little while, but like I was sitting over there, and I got quiet for about 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, we're going down the interstate, 80 miles an hour, truck and trailer. And I'm like, let's see what happens here. Hey, my God, did you see that herd of ants that went across the road? And she's just like, never missed a beat. She's, Dad. And just, I'm like, she's got it. I'm good.
That's funny. That's funny.
But how many people do you know that'll test a 16-year-old like that in the middle of the
not
night?
many. Yeah, I didn't foresee that to be what you were about to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But how
she
many
was 16.
Yeah, how many 18-year-olds have we picked up rodeoing?
Yeah.
And then let them drive in the middle of the night, and you're like, you got to go back there and go to sleep.
I do think about that now. Like now that I'm on the highway, and like even when I send some of these interns out to like booths and stuff, like some booths I just won't do. Like I'm just like, man, that's too many miles. Like I don't want to put tires with, young people in the like. No, we're not doing that one.
Yeah, for their safety.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I think about that now, and I was like, man, I'd jump in a pickup with some rejects, behind the wheel. Sometimes like They may not even had a valid driver's license. And,
Right.
I'm just over there sleeping, no seatbelt, no nothing. Mm-hmm. And anyway.
God has had his hand on Rodeo Cowboys.
100%. Yep.
Man. The only thing I tell them all, look, I don't mind you texting going down the road because I'm guilty of it too, right?
Yeah.
But pick that phone up here. Don't have it down here. Pick it up here so you got your peripherals
Yeah.
still involved. Like, pick it up here. You can text on it up here. But if I see you having it down here trying to text, I will jump your ass.
Yeah.
At least
That's
pick
an
it up
interesting compromise.
Mm.
Yeah, that's an interesting compromise. I usually, since most of my job is done on my phone, I like if I go anywhere. Yesterday, I had to go to Fort Worth for a meeting with Rock and Roll Denim, and I went 2 hours there, 2 hours back. So I just had a guy. I had a guy go with me because that's 4 hours I can do my job on my phone.
Absolutely.
But if I'm the one driving, now that's 4 hours I'm tempted to get on my phone. So I try to be wise about even setting it up where I'm not texting and driving. But
Yeah.
anyway.
It's crazy how it evolves around to be safety.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
We ain't never
But that
worried
I
about
like the way that you made Wyatt crave it with the bronc riding because I am concerned like when it comes time to put a kid on a bucker, because it's one thing when it's your own safety that you have to think about.
Yeah. Nobody
But like thinking about a young child's safety to me just blows my mind. And so that's an interesting take and I like that.
Well, like I noticed in my own career deal, like it was 11th grade before I got on two my freshman year, 2 my sophomore year.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know about this. Like, I'm on rope.
Yeah.
And then, but it was my junior year. Like, my testosterone was rolling. I had muscle. Like, I was wanting to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like I needed a little bit of an out. And then, so that's like whenever I was strong enough to hold on. And then when I got piled up, I had some cushion with some real meat. All these guys that are putting these boys on at 12, 13, 14 years old, they're not ready.
Yeah.
They're still growing. Their bones are stretching. Their ligaments are stretching. So they're actually kind of weak with all that, like it's not solid yet. So you tying them on to a bareback horse or a bull or whatever. I mean, it's rough stock here.
Yeah.
So they got to be man enough up to be able to take a hit. And until that testosterone gets rolling, I mean, their egg, everybody's got an egg, right?
Yeah.
Like if you break that egg and they're 12 and 13 getting on and freaking getting slammed out there.
Yeah.
Well, then they just, boom, their confidence goes down. You start them at 11th grade, like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's try it. But we've had several of them that's come through our school over there in Winsboro. And, like, I'd bring them and their mom and dad, like, let's have a private conversation here. Like, I advise against this. He's not ready yet. I'm out for the betterment of horse riding. Bucking horse riding. I want us to have a great bunch of guys riding. That junior NFR out there, I'm totally against it. Them freaking ponies, every one of them's a turnout. If they're a big horse at a rodeo, every one of them's to be turned out.
Yeah.
Just piece of shit, hop, skipping, running off. And then there's the factor of a grown man on a big horse trying to get that kid off, and then that little jump in front of him. I mean, it's a wreck waiting to happen, I feel.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
So we've had a few that's come through there that their mom and dad are like, well, he wants it. He wants to do it. I ain't pushing him. Well, no, it's your job to protect your baby, protect his egg here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to do it. I'm just telling you flat out, like, I advise against this.
Right.
I'm 100 against it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it, I'm going to try to help him with some fundamentals that maybe he'll survive, right?
Yeah.
But we've had several of them that come through there that just whop. And then once they do get of age, then they have all those hurdles in their own mind that they have to get over. And some of them never get over it. So they could have been great, but we done cracked their egg
Yeah.
for so long. Like there's one guy, man, like I love him to death, but he'll ride 4 jumps looking perfect. And he's like, well, this is where I usually get bucked off at. And then, he falls off, like, because he can't think past that at that point. And it's like, man, and I had to talk with him this last year. Like, he's in college now. And I said, now you know what I was talking about when you were 12 and 13 years old, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I know. So, but as far as coaching those guys, and I love it. I love it. And I'm out there with every one of them. Like, I can handle 30 in a school.
Yeah.
Like, I know that guy when he's getting on what he needed to work on last time. And I'd be a horrible judge because I just watched them. And like this guy, he needs to move his feet one time. And he comes out of the buck and shoot, and he's cracking. And I'm watching them feet, and I'm running right there beside him like, move your feet, chin down. And if he moves them that far and then gets whopped, I want to be right there to pick him up. Like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
You did it. You moved your foot.
Yeah.
So celebrate that victory right then. If that dude gets bucked off down there and then he's got to walk all the way back to the bucket chute to where the coach is, and he's too lazy to come out there with him, well, then he's already thinking, well, bucked off. Oh, daggum it. Daggum it. So he done beat himself up by the time he gets back to the chute. And if something else happens with the coach, like, you need to lift more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a freaking cop out,
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I'm celebrating that victory with them when they hit the ground. I want to pick them up off the ground like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when that light switch pops on for one of them and they move their feet and they're doing it, and then they go, oh, did you say that? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, that is that's my joy. That's where I get my little trophy for doing all of it.
Yeah.
Is to see that light switch come on, because I remember what it felt like.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, there's nothing in the world like it. And like, it's a spiritual, it's kind of like getting baptized with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Comes upon you and just flushes you.
Right. Yeah. So how can they contact you if you got parents or cowboys listening, cowgirls listening about trying to be on the team?
Man, I posted my phone number out there. It's on the Facebook. It's on, we got a little Facebook page started.
Okay.
It ain't really up and going yet, but I mean, Cody DeMoss, if you look that up, I've shared it. Phone numbers are right there on the Facebook, my
Gotcha.
Facebook page. Just get a hold of me.
Cool.
Call me.
Well, good deal. Well, thanks for coming on, Cody. Did we miss anything?
Probably.
Yeah, we'll have to do another one.
Kind of like getting in an argument, like, should have said that.
Yeah.
But
Well, when you think about those things, write them down, and we'll cover them on a second podcast. We talked about a lot here. Yeah, I want to hear more stories about you and Heath going down the road, and what other bull riders you liked watching during that time? Feel like there's probably some guys that all kinds of stories.
Most of those stories are you don't really remember the G-rated ones.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to clean up some of them. But,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got a couple of good ones about the old airplane pilot, old Woody. You remember him? Man, he's crazy. But I got some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it one day.
Good deal. Well, pow, and on to the next one, everybody. You guys go check out the Northwestern State Rodeo team there in Louisiana. Y'all go join it, learn about rodeo. That's what I tell people. I was like, if you can't go somewhere like rodeo time, we practice every week, somewhere you can get on all the time. The next best thing would be like a college, somewhere you can be around a coach, somewhere you can be around a team. You're getting on consistently. And then if you can't have either one of those things, then I think then you go to a school. Maybe all of it, hopefully all of it.
All of it.
But like
Absolutely.
But I think if you've got somewhere you can get on consistently, and then the camaraderie that comes with college rodeo, because Darby and Wyatt, all the people college rodeoing, the thing that I learned, like going on to pro rodeos and everything, like I got to be around, for instance, Levi McCrae. We keep talking about Stace. Well, Levi and I college rodeoed together. And there's dozens and dozens of these other cowboys that are out and about that I college rodeoed with that I'm seeing on the trail. And it's like, oh yeah. That's who you establish those. And I think that's what people miss out on with college rodeo. It's like, that's your pack of people that you're about to rodeo with, whether you know it or not. And so,
or just later on after rodeo. That's the thing, is like, I never thought that there would be after rodeo.
Yeah.
Never did. Like, get a real job? No.
Right.
But you're going to have to do that one day.
Yeah.
So you might as well go for two reasons. That you need to go get a piece of paper.
Right.
Because, not everybody gets to, trap or be the greatest bull rider of all time. Yeah. So not everybody can do that kind of thing. And that piece of paper right there is going to let the employer know that you can stick it out to the end. So that shows responsibility to you.
Yeah.
The other thing about your college rodeo, and when I graduated high school, Katie barred the door. I'm fisting to be the world champ on my permit. Like I think nobody's stopping me. Well, I got out there that first year, my rookie year, got broke about Cheyenne, had to come home. My dad told me, he said, you can either get a job or you can go to college. And he said, I want you to go to college and I'll still pay your insurance for your truck. And, you can go do that. I was like, okay. And so those couple of years in college right there allowed me to mature.
Yeah. Learn how to rodeo.
In my person and in my event. And another thing that I do want to say is, like, when my dad, when he sent me to college, he said, son, don't forget who you are. I'm like, well, okay. Like, it kind of confused me a little bit.
Yeah.
But later on, I understood. And when I dropped Darby off at college, I said, look, this is what my dad told me. Don't forget who you are. I said, that confused me. I'm telling you, don't forget your raising, but you have to figure out who you're not before you can figure out who you are. So this is the time for you to figure out who you're not. Don't forget how you was raised, but right from wrong. But this is the time where you get to kind of go out and see it, and I ain't gonna bother you. You go and do, but be careful. But figure out who you're not, and then you'll know who you are.
Yeah.
So,
well, we normally wrap up with life advice, and that's what that was. So, to that, also my life advice is listen to Cody DeMoss. Go be on his rodeo team and listen to him. So,
thanks, man.
We're on to the next one. Pow, pow.